Hello. Okay, a real-time update because it's been a few weeks. So, as you can probably tell, I'm not in my usual shower block. So, that means I'm somewhere else. So, where am I? Confession time. Gone to the place I said I wouldn't go again. Selling my soul to do some work. So, yeah, I'm not actually at the boat. All will be coming up in the episodes. I haven't stopped filming, and I'm probably going to be here for, well, 3 more weeks when this comes out. I've been here a week already. So I've survived 1 week not on the boat. It's been weird. Like, I'm sat underneath the aircon, it's blowing out hot air, it's warm, I can stand up and not bang my head on the roof. I can walk a few feet that way and have a warm shower. I can cook my tea and then instantly wash up directly after. There is a fridge and a freezer. There's electric without having to worry about the battery running out. I can leave the lights on all night if I wanted to. I don't, but I don't have to think, oh, the battery's getting low, I need to turn the lights off. There's a radiator, there's a big double bed, but it doesn't matter. I feel like it just doesn't feel the same. I guess in time you'd get used to it again, but I don't know. I'm struggling to sleep, and not all of the things are there for it to be easier to sleep. But I find it like really difficult at the minute to get to sleep. The door locks. I don't have to worry about being in the middle of. Well, I'm still kind of in the middle of nowhere, but not as much. Yeah, there's. It should be like this. Should feel like luxury. It's not the nicest colour of a sofa. I know. Curtains are a bit weird. But I'll turn you around in a minute and you can then see that I've actually got quite a nice view. There'll be more on all of this on the episode, so when it comes to it, I will record as much as I can, considering I am obviously working, so there's only so much I can walk around with a GoPro in my hand. Why did I come and do some work? So, as I've said, and as you've seen, surviving is one thing, and I could probably carried on doing that just about. But summer's going to come, and the plan for summer is to be back out there doing some boat trips, earning money from the boat, sailing, and while the boat's sat, because it can't go anywhere, I've got to wait for this potential change of boat. And summer came up, and I just weighed up what to do, and I weren't going anywhere for the month anyway. And it's coming out of my comfort zone. It sounds weird because, as I say, it should be more comfortable, but there's various reasons if you've watched this before, and I'll say a bit more on it when I get to the episode. But it weren't something I really wanted to do. But then when I worked out that if I go work for a month, at the end of that month, if I come out with around 1,600 euros, it's going to be more money in the bank than I've had at any point during doing this, other than maybe the first couple of months. And if I have that there ready, and then everything else goes to plan, great. And then if everything else doesn't go to plan, at least there's a bit of money there to work with. Whereas it was at a point where there was none, and it had got quite difficult. As I say, surviving, I was quite careful when I had done some boat trips to ensure I stocked up, so I wasn't starving. Um, but I felt that being where I was, I weren't maybe making the best of the situation anyway, because I couldn't get anything done really. Um, I had ideas of how I could make some money, but all of which involved needing some money to start with, and therefore it kind of just made sense to just go earn some money. You're probably watching thinking, yeah, that's obvious. I guess it is obvious. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I'm hoping to be back at the boat around the 18th of February. However, something has been mentioned to me about a potential other month of work directly after that. And if that boosts me up another, I don't think that one would be quite as much, but if that boosted me up another 1,000, let's say I could come away from the 2 months with 2,500 or even 2,000 after like living expenses for the last 2 months. I'm in a better position then than I've been in for a long time. So the reason for the real time update is because I was just working on the next episode. I'd recorded quite a lot of the bits and it's just piecing it together. And I was quite happy with how chapter 2, episode 1 came out. And I didn't then want to rush it for the sake of posting it. The next episode of the actual episodes will be a bit of a tour around the port, and I have most of it, but I promised myself and I promised you guys when I was going through the footage I had, because that's what I had, and piecing it together the best I could, that I didn't want to, after that, put something out there just for the rush of putting it out. So what I'm going to do is I've got a few other episodes I wanted to do. So one about everything I learned 1 year living on a boat. One about doing the boat trips, what I learned from that, what the rules around it was, what I'd do better the next time, etc. And a few others. So there's a few episodes I'm working on. So I'm not going to rush to put that next episode on. And it doesn't mean that we're going to get behind, because the next month or two I'm going to be working anyway. But I will still try to fill in the weeks with some episodes that I wanted to do anyway. So maybe this is a good time to make them episodes, and it kind of will fill in the gaps from the first chapter. So that's what I'm probably going to do regarding YouTube, because I have also problem I have got is I don't really know what to do with myself now when I'm not working. So it's Sunday today, and I'm actually back towards Port Grimore / Saint Tropez way, where I was last January. So I didn't really want to go back east, full stop. I wanted them places to be, is it in my wake of saying? I don't know if it is. In my, behind me, behind me. I'm trying to think of a boat way to say it, but I can't think of one. And then keep moving west. That's what I wanted to do. So I would have, if I could have, brought the boat with me, and then I would have probably still gone, and if maybe not every evening, because obviously it is quite comfortable. I do prefer being on the boat, but at least on the weekends when I'm not working, could have gone and got stuff done with the boat. But even with that, at the minute, I was in a position where I'm waiting around, and this has actually extended the wait. It maybe could have got done a bit quicker, but as soon as I mentioned it, the people for the other boat then said, "Oh, the beginning of March anyway." So I would have just been waiting around, and because of that, there's not so much I can do on the boat. I was struggling to find ways to be productive. Um, So yeah, it just made sense. I'm not finding it the easiest thing in the world. Um, not not because I'm lazy or anything, but just because for so long I'd kind of been outside of getting up, following a schedule, etc. But again, I'll go more into that when we get to that episode. But yeah, this isn't going to mean the episodes fall behind at all. I do have the episodes I want to post anyway. I just thought I'd do an update because at the minute I'm like very close to the things for YouTube, and because of that, it would be quite tempting to just keep the episodes going once a week. So just when I was sat thinking about it, then I'd almost like finished that episode, and I just thought, there's other bits I wanted to show in it, so it's not going anywhere. And the episodes I'm going to post aren't part of like the weekly goings on. So yeah, that's the plan with all of that. But I just thought I'd better say hello because it had been ages and let everyone know that I'm still here. And I'm sure most of you will probably think that yeah, this is the way to go. There's part of me really wanted to show that I could keep doing that without ever doing any work, and that was a fairly big if or but. But I feel like I haven't gone back home, work near the boat, and if the boat was working, could have done this work from the boat really. But realistically, if I want to do the things I want to do, I'm going to struggle to do them without doing this. And if I didn't do this, I feel like I could have got to the summer. But if that other boat's going to need any work doing in order to do boat trips, I'm going to struggle to do that from just little bits of money surviving. So I've had to, as I say, sell my soul and earn some money. But yeah, that should mean that I'm not saying I wouldn't have ever been able to do it slowly as I was, but by doing this, when I would have just been waiting around anyway, it just makes quite a lot of sense. So yeah, some episodes will be coming out soon, and until then, I'll see you outside like I said I was going to do. Not too bad, is it? Uh, yeah, I mean, the sun's out. Obviously, anybody who's watched from the beginning and people who know me will know this is what I used to do before doing this. And that's maybe one of the reasons it's a little bit harder than it sounds to just go do a month's work. But we're doing it because we've got places to sail.